Hello everyone, welcome back to Voice of Africa. I'm excited to be here today to bring you another update that's not only significant, but also deeply inspiring for all Africans. This story is about unity, progress, and a vision for a future where African nations work together for the betterment of all. It's exactly the kind of news that we're passionate about sharing on this platform, and I know you're going to love this update. Today I want to talk about a major development coming out of Niger, and it speaks to the growing sense of solidarity and cooperation among African nations. Niger's military authorities have made a bold move by banning the export of rice, cereals, and other essential food items to all countries, with two very important exceptions: their fellow junta-led neighbors, Burkina Faso and Mali. This decision is a critical step toward protecting local food supplies and ensuring that essential goods are accessible to Niger's population, especially during a time when high inflation is affecting everyday life. Why is this move so important, and what does it say about the future of cooperation in the Sahel region? Let's take a closer look at this unfolding situation and understand why Niger has taken such a significant step to limit exports of staple foods like rice, millet, cowpea, sorghum, and corn. In recent months, Niger, like many other countries in the Sahel region, has been struggling with high inflation rates, particularly when it comes to food prices. Everyday commodities like rice have become more expensive, making it harder for families to afford basic meals. In response to this, the junta chief, Abdurrahmane Tiani, made the decision to ban the export of certain food products to all neighboring countries except Burkina Faso and Mali. According to the Nigerian government, this measure is meant to protect the supply of the internal market and to make goods of mass consumption more affordable and accessible for Niger's population. What's really interesting about this move is that while Niger is limiting exports to most countries, they are allowing trade to continue with Burkina Faso and Mali. Both of these nations are also ruled by military leaders who came to power through coups, and they have formed strong ties with Niger as part of a broader effort to create a united front in the Sahel. The decision to continue trading with these two countries highlights the special relationship between these military-led governments and their commitment to working together for the benefit of their people. This brings us to a larger issue: the growing sense of unity and collaboration between Niger, Burkina Faso, and Mali. These three countries have been facing immense challenges in recent years, from political instability to economic difficulties and security threats from extremist groups. But rather than relying on external powers to solve their problems, these nations are coming together to create their own solutions. And this latest move by Niger is a perfect example of that. By prioritizing food exports to their allies, Niger is showing that solidarity within the region is more important than ever. Now, some of you may be wondering, why does this matter? How does a decision like this affect the broader dynamics of the region, and what does it mean for the future of African unity? First, let's talk about the impact on the local population. Niger is a key regional supplier of cereals, especially for some states in neighboring Nigeria. With the ban in place, it is expected that Niger will have more control over its domestic food supply, which could help bring down prices and ease the strain on families who are struggling to make ends meet. This move is especially critical as Niger continues to grapple with the economic aftermath of sanctions imposed by the West African bloc, ECOWAS, in response to the July 2023 coup. Although those sanctions were lifted earlier this year, the disruptions they caused in the supply chain have left lasting effects, and inflation remains a significant problem. By focusing on keeping food supplies within its borders, Niger's leadership is taking a proactive step to stabilize the local economy. However, the exceptions made for Burkina Faso and Mali demonstrate a broader strategy at play, one that goes beyond mere economics and taps into the growing cooperation among the three countries. The collaboration between Niger, Burkina Faso, and Mali is rooted in more than just trade. These three nations are all part of the Alliance of Sahel States, AES, a mutual defense pact formed in 2023 to protect their sovereignty and combat common threats, like terrorism and foreign interference. The alliance is also symbolic of a larger movement across Africa, a movement toward greater self-sufficiency and independence from former colonial powers. By continuing to export food to Burkina Faso and Mali, Niger is reinforcing its commitment to this alliance and sending a clear message that they stand together. It's a sign of the growing bond between these countries, and it reflects their shared vision for a future where African nations take control of their own destinies, both economically and politically. But it's not just about food security. The punishments for infringing on this export ban are serious, ranging from the seizure of shipments to criminal penalties. This shows that Niger's leadership is determined to enforce these new regulations and ensure that the country's food supply is protected. It's a strong message to both local businesses and international traders. Niger is taking its domestic needs seriously, and the well-being of its people comes first. This move also has broader implications for the region. Niger's decision to prioritize its allies in Burkina Faso and Mali shows that the Sahel region is entering a new phase of cooperation and solidarity. For years, this area has been plagued by instability, conflict, and external pressure, but now we're seeing a shift. These countries are coming together to address their challenges from within, building a future that is rooted in mutual support and a shared vision for progress. It's a powerful reminder that Africa has the potential to solve its own problems, and that unity is the key to overcoming the challenges that have held the continent back for so long. The collaboration between Niger, Burkina Faso, and Mali is a testament to the strength of African nations when they stand together, and it's an inspiring example of what can be achieved when countries prioritize the needs of their people over external influences. As we wrap up today's episode, I want to thank you all for tuning in to Voice of Africa. The story of Niger's food export ban and its continued support for Burkina Faso and Mali is one that speaks to the power of unity, cooperation, and self-determination. It's a story that's still unfolding, and I'll be here to bring you the latest updates as they happen. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to Voice of Africa. Make sure to hit that notification bell so you never miss an update. Together, we can continue to spread the word about Africa's rise and its journey toward unity and progress. See you next time.